King Bucho. I'm one of the hosts on the BDA Boxing show, and today I'm bringing you a very controversial video. So, if you can't handle it, you better leave right now. We'll be discussing and analyzing the misconceptions, the hypocrisy, the scandal, and lies being spread regarding the Canelo versus Crawford fight. A few months ago, before the announcement of the fight, many were claiming that this was a mismatch. They were saying that Canelo was just too big for Crawford. However, now that the fight has been announced for September the 13th, many are predicting a win for Terence Crawford.
Crawford gonna beat that nigga ass. Let's go, Crawford. I'm riding with Crawford, nigga. Bud, nigga. Bud, nigga. Bud.
That's what Crawford gonna do. He gonna outbox Canelo. He ain't gonna stop him. He just gonna beat him up. Bing, 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 bing. Counter punch. Bing, 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 bing.
A lot of people are changing their opinion.
I always said it. I like Crawford.
What makes him so special?
Oh man, I don't think you got enough time in the interview, man. A very fast processing mind. He can seem to adjust to anything. Probably can't even explain how he adjusts to everything, but can just adjust to anything in the fight. Better stamina, better conditioning, better feet. He has more dexterity, more agility. He's gonna be better in the later rounds. He's a little taller, his arms are longer.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will.
What's interesting is that these people wish to claim that the fight is a mismatch and at the same time claim that Bud Crawford will defeat Canelo. This doesn't make sense. If you believe that Crawford is skilled enough, fast enough, smart enough to defeat Canelo, then this fight should not be a mismatch. Don't be fooled. These people are trying to cover their bases. If Canelo ends up winning the fight, these people will immediately fall back on the notion that Canelo is too big for little Crawford. Beware, because this will be used as an excuse by Crawford fans. In their minds, Canelo cannot win because he's a better boxer than Crawford. The only explanation for Terence losing is that Canelo is just too damn big. I can see why some are favoring Crawford, especially after Canelo's lackluster performance in his last fight, a dull 12-round unanimous decision win over William Skull. Canelo did not look menacing or destructive in that fight, but that had to do with William Skull literally running around the ring. I know some people want to believe that Canelo should have done better at cutting off the ring, but when you have a guy that's literally running, then there's really nothing any boxer can do to stop this. It's interesting that some people want to criticize Canelo for supposedly being unable to cut the ring instead of criticizing William Skull for running.
Commit to punches. Even that jab right there where he flicks it out, he's not committing to it. He's not trying to land it. He's just trying to annoy you.
School told us he was going to do this. There's no surprise here. I'm not going to stand and trade with this guy.
Not engaging, frustrating, but not winning the round.
What the hell do you think Bud Crawford would have done in Canelo's situation? Crawford or anybody would have had to literally rush William Skull in order to try and pin him down. Skull is garbage and should be excommunicated from the sport. And yes, Skull was running and not boxing. If he was actually boxing, then the fight would not have been one-sided. He ran and lost every round. I would also like to ask this question. Why are these guys running or doing the bare minimum against Canelo? Do these guys enjoy stretching their legs that much? Or is Canelo forcing them to run instead of fighting? Skull was more aggressive against other opponents, but of course, fighting in such a way against Canelo would have been suicide. Canelo is excellent at counterpunching, body attacks, and he's demonstrated respectable power at 168. His opponents know this. That is the reason why they fight in a conservative fashion. Even the likes of Golovkin and light heavyweight Bivol respected Canelo's offensive capabilities. Even when Canelo was on the ropes, these guys were hesitating. Going back to these Crawford will win predictions, some of the people picking Bud Crawford are using Canelo's latest performances against William Skull, Edgar Berlanga, and Jaime Munguia to justify their pick. This may be true. Canelo may be on the decline, However, if you believe that Canelo's skills have deteriorated so much to the point where Crawford will win, then you must admit that this fight is not a mismatch. You will have to give the deteriorating Canelo credit for defeating the pound-for-pound legend, Terence Crawford. Also, why is no one mentioning Crawford's latest performance against Madrimov? Crawford is about to turn 38 this December. He's getting old as well, and yet, I don't hear that many people argue that Bud is on the decline, and that this could negatively affect his chances of defeating a super middleweight Canelo. Crawford didn't look all that great against Madrimov. Let's just keep it real. This was Crawford's first and only fight to date at 154. Bud struggled. Bud looked confused. He wasn't moving his head. He was relying on movement with few instances of offensive action. It was just a terrible look, in my opinion.
Crawford is having a lot more difficulty with Israel Madrimov than he did with Errol Spence Jr.
But my point is that I don't really see that many people making a big deal out of this performance. No one is questioning Crawford's skills at his age. Few are wondering how Crawford will look at 168. It's obvious that Crawford will have to rely on his old legs, but will the extra weight slow him down? Can he take a punch from a 168-pounder? These are all questions that are not being asked enough. To me, it appears as if it's Canelo that's under the microscope and not Terence Crawford. Now, let's talk about Crawford's comments regarding who has the better resume. Canelo claims that Crawford only has one win against an elite boxer. I would have to agree with that. Sure, Crawford fought Gamboa, Victor Postol, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Amir Khan, but none of them were elite. I'm not saying that these guys were bums, but were they the best of the best? Crawford's biggest elite win is Errol Spence Jr. Sean Porter was never the best welterweight, and he had one foot out the door when he faced Crawford. Let's not forget that he immediately retired after that fight. Crawford didn't stay quiet, though. He claims that Canelo's elite opponents were past their prime.
At the age that he fought him in, they was already on a decline, some of them. And when he didn't, you see what happened. Thought Laura beat him, The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
Shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them. Stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
I assume he's talking about Golovkin, Cotto, and maybe Kovalev. Terence also claims that when Canelo finally faced a prime elite boxer, such as Arislandi Lara, Mayweather, and Bivol, he lost. Golovkin and Cotto were at the top of their game, even if they were in their mid-30s. We have to remember that Miguel Cotto was the lineal middleweight champion after his victory over Sergio Martinez, and the undefeated Golovkin was considered the best and most avoided middleweight. They were not old fighters that came out of retirement. They were at the very top of the division. Kovalev was probably past his prime, and I don't really give Canelo that much credit for that win. There was also a rehydration clause for that fight. Canelo fought Mayweather when he was 22. I'm not even going to mention the 152-pound catch weight. Damn, it looks as if Canelo can't even remain on his feet. Lara ran. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, just look at this nonsense. Canelo moved up in weight to challenge the best light heavyweight and top pound-for-pound boxer, Dmitry Bivol. you think this is it? We are just getting started. Here are some takes from the BDA Boxing family.
When you talk to people about, well, who's going to win? One of the arguments used to prop up Crawford's chance of winning is that so many experts are picking him. Here's Teddy Atlas's expert commentary and analysis.
Oh my gosh, I hate that guy, bro.
This was from months ago. By the way, just for reference, Teddy Atlas also picked Charlo to beat Canelo. This is what Teddy Atlas had to say. I think you know where I'm leaning. I'll make it even clearer when I'm leaning, so there isn't a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford. I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too, but Crawford even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond the physical. So that's it, okay? You don't like it, too bad. I don't understand that argument. He hasn't learned how to lose. So as long as you don't learn how to lose, you won't lose.
Let's break it down. What does that mean? He hasn't learned how to lose. Who learns how to lose?
You gotta go to school for it or something, get a degree?
Yeah. I learned how to lose now.
I gotta watch out.
I swear that's why I said this is what they're gonna say. You know, these guys, you know, he's slick, he's got the skills, he does know how to lose. He just got that dog. Have you seen him wrestle? He's stronger than he lets on. He hits harder than he lets on. He got that mean streak. He likes to fight. He's not like these other guys. He's not gonna get hit hard and run. He likes to fight. He has an ego. He's gonna get in there. You're not just gonna hit him. He's gonna want that back. These are all the kinds of things I say about him, right?
He has that dog.
Until he gets knocked out. He's getting knocked out.
It's not even things you can prove or you can see on a video. It's intangibles. You know, he has that dog. He has the X factor.
He's mean.
Yeah, right. He wants it. He's hungry. What the fuck?
Well, think about it. Think about what he said.
He got too much pride. Just to let, you know, Canelo beat him up. You know what I mean?
This dude, bro, when he's hitting Canelo and it's not doing anything, and Canelo starts hitting him and it's doing something to him, I want to see how much of he's mean show up. That dog, that special guy. I want to see it. I'm not saying he don't have it. I need to see it for myself. When he hits Canelo, real quick, and it doesn't do shit to him, I want to see what he does when he's getting hit back and he's like, oh shit. Yeah, his punches hurt and my punches don't hurt him. Right. They don't hurt him.
Solvers and I have talked about this before, how people reference cuisine lingo and terminology for fights. Like, he's got the shake and bake, he's got the sauce, the swag. Yeah, he's got the swag. Exactly, yeah. He's got the swag. They need all
basically, they're just saying a lot of buzzwords and terminology.
Exactly. This is fucking Teddy Atlas, the guy who's always bringing up, hey, I train Mike Tyson. This is the best analysis he can give. Special ingredients that go beyond the physical. He's got that X factor. He's got that
secret recipe. The Colonel's recipe.
I kind of agree to Teddy Atlas. I think he does got that dog. I think he's going to turn into a greyhound once he gets hit by that left.
The only path to victory for Crawford is if Canelo gets deported the day of the fight.
Canelo Álvarez, I had to deport him. He wasn't fucking.
Yeah, man, you guys talking a lot of junk, bro. I think Crawford's hand speed and his IQ is going to help him defend Canelo's one left hand punch that he always does. That's all he has. It's the left hook. I think he can neglect that by moving around, not running. What do you call it? Stepping to his left. That's all he's going to do is negate that power.
I think
Canelo say, I don't only have power. I have skill too. Has he shown his skill before? Yes. But his last 4 or 5 opponents, he hasn't had to use that.
All right.
He's going to tease Canelo. That's all I did. Crawford by knockout. Crawford by knockout with the same damn punch that he hit freaking Spence with, that he didn't see, nor did any of us see on camera.
2-1-3, you're on the air. 2-1-3. What's?
Yeah, like I see this 2 ways. It's either Álvarez by decision or Crawford by robbery. The whole thing is like if it's a fair fight, Álvarez is gonna knock him out. Like in his last fight with Madrimov, Crawford, I think he got a give. And I think that was a robbery. If it's a straight up fight, Crawford getting knocked out.
Canelo fucking cooked that dude. You fight nobody elite. Nobody elite.
English was one of the worst things that happened to us.
Oh, I forgot that there was this guy saying that. I said it in one of my streams. I'm like, this dude's getting fucking cooked by a guy who English is his second language. Yeah. How is this guy destroying you right now? I heard someone made the point on here that maybe, you know, Crawford feels like he's kind of been through this. Like he's fighting Earl Spence and certain fighters, and they were saying that he's going to lose. So he's like applying that same logic to this. And you know, he is kind of bulked up a little bit. Canelo, it looks like they told him to be a little lean. If you notice, he's kind of thin in the face. And this fight is, what, over 2 months away? So to me, it's a little bizarre that his face is already thinned out. It tells me that they, you know, public perception's a big part in selling a fight. What it makes me think is he's trying to psych himself up. But it doesn't matter because you can psych yourself up all day. The moment you get in that ring, that's when reality hits. You fight with nobody. And he just keeps slamming that back.
At some point he gave up on that. And then he's like, you never faced anybody elite. Yeah, I'm gonna face you. Remember that? He said that.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me. No. It's gonna be me.
Yeah. But that really shows you something, right? That this guy knows for a fact that he's been cherry picking. And that he's fighting these washed up guys, because you would have thought he would have brought up guys like Brook or, you know, any of those guys, Khan, Brook.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He brought up what's his name?
Ricky Burns.
Postal. Those guys aren't elite. Like, what the fuck is he even talking about? And
I gotta ask you this though, because you're picking Canelo, obviously. Some of these so-called experts, former boxers, they're all picking Crawford. Not all of them. A lot of them are picking Crawford.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, it's, these guys, a lot of them are kind of brainwashed. You know, they just kind of go off of whatever the hell they've been told.
Somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will.
What about Timothy Bradley?
Tim Bradley's friend.
People like that. You know, Andrew Ward.
Teddy
Atlas.
Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas is full of shit. That's the simplest way to put it. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Doesn't this guy pick like everybody that's look like Tim Wilder? Oh, he's gonna knock out Tyson Fury. Oh shit! I always predicted.
So you're saying that you know more than these experts?
Right? Oh, definitely.
I just want to conclude by re-emphasizing the following: Canelo versus Crawford is not a mismatch, according to many so-called experts. So if Canelo wins this fight, he should definitely get credit. Well, I hope you enjoyed my take on this fight, and we will definitely keep you updated on how this pre-fight drama develops throughout this summer. Stay tuned for our live streams. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.
Bud, nigga. Crawford gonna get that nigga.
Ooh, I see everything I did. Canelo, like you say, is too slow. His footwork, him fighting on the back foot. Get off the ring, but like you say, he's not gonna be in a bully, but.
Bud, nigga.